Hey guys, so today I'm doing something a little bit different, a little bit gross. I'm going to show you how I wax my armpits at home. So I started doing this around a year ago, I suppose, and I just wanted to try it and see if it worked. And I really, really like it. Since then, I shaved them once because I was going swimming and I needed to have them like clean for that weekend or whatever. And it was so itchy and so painful. So I really, really like waxing at home. It's pretty painless. I mean, I've gotten used to it a lot. Every once in a while there'll be, a hair that hurts, but that's pretty normal. I really enjoy it. I don't notice that there's times where I can't go outside or I can't show my armpits because I don't really like wearing tank tops. So it works for me. If you're interested in how I do this, stay tuned. If you are someone who is really grossed out by this and who's not going to like it, or who's really grossed out by fat girl arms, this might not be a good place for you. I am plus size and I am showing you how to wax your armpits at home. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. Alright, so here is what you're going to need. So I bought this all on Amazon. It was like $30 or $40 for the whole kit. It was pretty cheap. So the main star of this is the Brazilian Hard Body Wax. It has to be this one. There are some other ones. The soft waxes are the ones that you use with a strip. This you just pull off the wax itself. It is so easy. It's not too messy. As long as you get used to it, it's pretty non-messy. I really, really love using this. It also, the kit comes with a warmer. So this is all the brand Gigi. It also comes with the pre-epilation oil and the post-wax cooling gel. Both are like trial sizes, but I haven't gone through them and I've had this whole kit for over a year. And still, like, this is maybe halfway gone. I mean, they're doing pretty good. I bought this. I haven't used it yet, but I might use it today. Some numbing spray just to help with some of the ouchier areas, I guess. You also need, I got these are just popsicle sticks. I got it like Hobby Lobby or something. And some tweezers to catch any different areas. The last thing I really suggest is a small mirror or a mirror that you can get close to. So I have my nifty little IKEA mirror here, and you can see I taped it. It's kind of janky, but it would always spin on me and I had no control over it. So yeah, and I keep my glasses there. Hey. So yeah, I really like having this, and it just helps that it's like at armpit level too. So works for me. Let's see, that's really all I can think of. I would have a paper towel too, because when you pull the wax off, you need to set it somewhere, and I like setting it on a paper towel because it's just a little bit cleaner than having to clean up your countertop afterwards. All right. I turned the wax on just a minute or two ago, and you can see it's like off, low, medium, high, and the red light and green light are both on, saying that it's heating up. So I have like this over here. This is a new wax that I haven't put in yet. I just have an extra. Let me put that away. But in here is a wax that I just started last month. They do last a while. It depends on how much you do. Like I do sometimes my eyebrows, always my armpits, and always my bikini area. And I mean, they last quite a few months. So I think they're a good investment. And the jars themselves are only like $13, I want to say. Not positive. So right now it's on medium because it's a full jar. So it's going to take a while to heat up till the consistency that I really want it. So we're going to come back in a little bit. Let's see. It's like 7 after, so I need to time this out. See how many minutes it takes for it to get to the consistency I want. So I will see you back here in a few minutes. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. I'll show you the progress. You can see that it's melting on the edge, and you can kind of tilt the hardness of the wax. So we're getting closer, but it's still not quite ready yet. So I will be back once again. Alright guys, it has been a solid half an hour, and as you can see, it's more and more fluid. So what I like to do now, and this isn't technical by any means, is I push it down so that wax covers it. And that kind of helps to melt it a little bit faster. So, okay, a few things before I start. There's still the hard wax there that isn't melted, but the stuff on the sides is going to be really super liquidy, and that is not what you want to wax with. So let's see if I can get a little sample. So do you see how it's dripping pretty intensely? That isn't exactly what you want to wax with. When it gets a little bit more gooey, I guess. So I kind of like to scrape it, and you know how, like, see how much is still on the thing? That's what you want. You don't want it to pick it up and it all falls off when the thing's flat. That is going to be too hot, and what happens, it's kind of gross. What happens is when you put it on your skin, it will dry fairly quickly because it'll be so thin on your skin, and then you won't be able to pull it off. It will just flake off and hurt really bad. So you don't want that. You want it, do you see how gooey that was? That's how you want it. You want it gooey, and from there, you'll be able to pull up an edge of it, of the wax on your skin, and rip it off. And it works really well, I promise. Okay, so a few other things before we start. I highly suggest you shower before you do this because it opens up your pores and makes the hair easier to pull out. But once you get used to it, you don't do that. I mean, and even if you don't do that, it's fine. Like, I didn't do that today and I'll be fine. Put up your hair, make sure it's out of the way. I usually do this without any shirts on, so I'm going to do it with the tank top on. Okay, so last chance to back out or you're going to see a hairy armpit. All right? All right, I promised you a hairy armpit. Are you ready? They're gross. There's a nice hairy armpit. Let's see if I can get a close-up for you. Oh, it's so disgusting, you guys. Oh. It's so gross. So as you can see, it's fairly long without being like intensely gross long. You don't want it to be really short. You need something for the wax to grab onto. I'm so sorry for that, but you needed to see it. Okay, now I'm going to take that pre-epilation oil and just a few small drops. You don't need too much of this. And then rub it on your armpit. All right. My hair's back. Hopefully I won't spill on myself. You never know though. I have spilled on myself many times. It happens. Okay, so I've grabbed about that much. You can see it's all staying on there, but you don't want it to stay on too hard either. And I start at the bottom of my armpit. I'm looking in this mirror here, otherwise I won't be able to do it. So you can see I just start with a small section. You don't want to do the whole armpit at once. Okay, and as you can touch it, it's still warm. And then I flick up that bottom part. And you can see it flicks up. That's when it's ready. Okay, ready? And then you're going to pull. Alright, this is going to be gross again. You can see all the hair that's on it. It worked! So now that part looks pretty good. There might be flecks of wax that were outside of that section. Just clean them up and pick them off as you go. And now I'm going to do the left. I kind of split my armpit into like 4 quadrants, I guess. I start with the bottom, then I do the top, or the middle one side, then I do the middle other side, and then I do the top section. So you want to swipe down with the grain of the hair and pull up against the grain of the hair. So depending on where you're waxing, it's going to be different for every part of your body. Like even the top of my armpit, my grain goes in, so I swipe in, pull out. Everyone is different. So you just need to look at the way your hair grows and make the best decision for you. See, that one has a lot of like leftover bits around the edge, and those aren't fun because you have to just like pull them off. I remember I was watching a video about this once and they're like, just put more wax over it, and that doesn't seem to work for me. It might work for you or someone else. It doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. It hurt like a mother. And then my other side, quadrant 3. If you have some wax on you that you cannot get off right now, that's okay. Baby oil is pretty good about taking that off. Don't wash it off with water. Don't do it. I'm telling you, I did it. It was a bad idea. Don't do it. Learn from my mistakes. Another disclaimer is that I'm not trained to do this. I learned how to do this from the comments on the the reviews on the Amazon item that I purchased, which is this whole kit. There's some really, really helpful reviews. And then trial and error. So for sanitation purposes, like you're not supposed to reuse the sticks. You're supposed to take a new stick every single time. But since I'm doing this on myself in my bathroom and not on like a client or something, I think it's fine. I'm okay, you know. And like the purpose is not to contaminate the wax, but since it's me doing it on myself, I'm okay. If the wax is contaminated because of me, I think that it's my own damn fault. I'll be fine. Okay, and now, so I have some like wax that's dried on there. That happens. It's okay. Now's where the tweezer comes in. You're going to get up close and personal with your armpit, see if you missed any spots, and pluck them out. And inevitably your tweezer will get some wax on it, and the hairs will stick to it. Don't use your best tweezer. Don't like use your super expensive one or whatever. Use a tweezer you don't mind getting wax on. This is the same one I use for other stuff. It's like, it's a decent tweezer, but just a warning in case that's gonna bug you. All right, looks good. So now I take some post-wax cooling gel. This has been always hard to get out. It's kind of a thick substance. I just take a little bit. And it's not something that you need to do, the post-wax cooling gel. It's okay. It's not like, oh, thank gosh I have that, otherwise this would suck. No, it's fine. Like, to be honest, the waxing hurts on certain parts, like, of my bikini area, but it rarely hurts on my armpits. Side note, hair removal side note. I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about epilators lately. I tried an epilator. This is the Epilady, I think, from Remington. It's miserable. It's miserable. This made me cry. My armpit was red and raw. It hurt so bad. So bad. I did this like a month or 2 ago. So well into my waxing period. Like, you would think that I would have had some pain tolerance built up. No. It hurts so bad. So I honestly prefer this so much to epilating, to shaving. I really want to do my legs, but I'm just like, oh, that's such a waste of wax. And, and my leg hair is pretty thin, so I don't know how well it would work. So anyhow, I really like the waxing. All right. Same thing over here. The wax will get strings at the end. You just whip them up. See, definitely too early if you get it on your hand, if it pulls up like that. Too early, don't pull it yet. What'll happen if you pull it is it will like come out in pieces. It's not good. Don't do it. I think the hardest part about waxing is just honestly getting the right temperature and the right viscosity for you. That's what took me the longest to figure out. And honestly, you just need to play with it and try it. And keep doing it till you get it. I'm going to try and get a smooth layer too. You can see I got a lump at the bottom. And that means I need to wait a little bit longer for all of it to harden. Otherwise that lump will pull and stretch and the rest of it will come off nice, and it just doesn't work super well when that happens. Alright, looks like I'm done. I'm going to put some more cooling gel on there. A side note about plus size specific waxing techniques. We tend to have extra skin and extra rolls, and that makes waxing a bit more difficult. So some things to remember or try to do is that the best way to rip off the wax, hold on. The easiest way to rip off wax is when your skin is taut and tight. So that means if you're somebody, like I have a lot of extra flab and skin here. So if my skin's like this and I pull, it's going to hurt way worse because the hair is going to pull the skin and then it's going to rip off. So that's why I have my skin extra tight as I can. And it's a lot of times too, it helps to have a partner. So it's kind of awkward, but if you're a person that has a lot of extra skin, like here especially, you're going to want somebody to hold that up while you rip off. Or vice versa, you hold and they rip, whatever. I don't know your life or your details. But if you have a lot of extra skin, or like right in the crevices too, to open up those crevices and to help you, you know, get a flat surface to wax on. It makes everything a whole lot easier. So luckily my arms and my armpits are fairly easy to do. Other areas of my body, let's not go there right now. So, yes, a few things to remember. Okay, now cleaning up. Take everything you need to keep off of your paper towels. Here's my dirty popsicle stick, my dirty wax things. I have them in paper towels. I fold it up. Try not to spill any on the ground. Because if they get like on linoleum, I'm going to throw that away. Gross toilet. Because if they get on the counter or the floor or something and they get heated up, they will stick and be really hard to come off later. Especially if they get like on a rug. They got on our last rug and that was a nightmare. Don't do it. Okay, now this guy. We're going to turn it off. And hold on, I forgot its cover. And it comes, so your wax little jar thing comes with this type of cover. Don't put that on there yet. While it cools, your heater comes with that cover. Just kind of keeps the dirt and dust out. And since I have cats, that's especially important because their cat hair is everywhere. So turn it off, wait for it to cool. Once it's hardened again, you can put this guy on and put the whole thing away until you're ready to use it next. So, in conclusion, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and weren't too grossed out. And if you have any questions about waxing, put them below. I only know about the Brazilian hard body wax from Gigi. I don't know much about other waxing. I tried other stuff. It didn't work for me. So basically my advice for those would be, I failed. Don't do it. But if you have questions about this specifically, hopefully I can help. I do it all the time and I absolutely love it. So have a great night. Thanks for joining me. Bye.